Welcome to the graduation class of 2024. Yes, put your hands together, yeah. This is a time of celebration, a time to celebrate the journey at a different stage. Oh, it's not over, it's just beginning. We'd like to welcome, we're delighted that you can join us this morning. Each class is very unique and outstanding in their own way. All of us as educators, we have the privilege of working with these students as they become confident and independent young adults. Today, we'd like to give you a glimpse of their journey and all their accomplishments. So at this time, if you wouldn't mind, we don't want to spoil that celebration. So if you have your phone, would you mind silencing your phone at this time? Again, I'd like to welcome our guest. We have a lot of visiting alumni. If I have any alumni, can you stand up? Any alumni visiting? Give them, yes. Thank you. Proud to be part of the Cottage School. We always say here, Cougars for life, so thank you for coming back. We also have board members we'd like to thank. If you would give a round of applause to our board members. The founders, Jackie and Joe, send their regards. They're unfortunately not able to make it today, but they wanted to let me know, to let everyone here know that they're thinking of them and proud of all the seniors and their accomplishments. So thank you to our founders. A day like today, the celebration is a role that you played in their journey. And before we honor those graduates, I'd like to acknowledge all of you who were part of and embraced this journey. Sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents, friends, and those who supported our grads in their life and their journey. So let's give all of them and all of you a round of applause. Today's a day of great celebration, and we're glad and honored that you're here. At this time, I'm going to bring up our board chair, representing our board chair today. Not only is she part of the board, been part of the board, but she's a friend of the school, a mother. Her son graduated here. She played a role in our parent-teacher association as president at time. So she's still a friend and is very involved in the school, so I'd like to welcome her up. Becky Thielen.
Thank you. I also want to welcome you. Wow. The last time, I think I was sitting out there with you all. Not only am I a board member representing all 22 of us that support this school, I'm also a parent. My son graduated in 2018, and so I know parents, that feeling today, and wow. You've kind of skidded to a stop today with all the effort and work on. And I just want to thank y'all for being here. I also want to thank your friends and your relatives have supported all along, whether it be a cup of coffee, financially, I don't know, a glass of wine, late night talks, maybe a video game with some of y'all. But we're all here to celebrate. Staff, thank you for bringing it to the table every single day. And I've seen it for years. And it's meant so much in my heart as a parent, and to my son, and to my family, because this is a family, and that's why I'm still here on the board. And so, y'all, this is just the beginning of a really great. So thank you so much.
Definitely a magical day, magical time that we have here. And a lot of that magic wouldn't happen if it weren't for the teachers and the staff and the admin. So can we tell them thank you for all they've done for our seniors? Thank you. Thank you. We all know our students are special. They're awesome. I call them rock stars. They come in with these disadvantages, and I say, no, use them as your advantages. Well, someone says that I have a specific learning disability. I said, no, SLD doesn't mean that. SLD means smart kids learn differently. And that's the truth. Smart kids learn differently. Secret is teach them differently. Welcome to the Cottage School. You're going to get a glimpse of their journey and everything they've done and continue to do. So everyone comes here for a reason, a lot of different reasons. Some struggle. And we go through the list of those who in history and society that overcame those struggles, compromised those, and was determined to be successful, just like they are and they will continue to do. One of my favorites that I always think of is Henry Ford. Most of us know Henry Ford. Henry's Ford dealership in Michigan. Henry Ford didn't even go to high school. Henry Ford struggled. He had dyslexia. Just imagine if you had a school like today, what would he have become? Better than he is. Cottage School is a special place. And to have that disability, Henry Ford, one thing I loved about him and the way he thought was he took these two individuals out to dinner to hire them. Pick one of them to hire. So he took them out. They both had the same college education from the same college, same grades, same credentials. So he took them out for dinner. And during this dinner, it was a casual chat, just casual talking, nothing about engineering. After dinner, Mr. Ford gets up, walks both candidates out, and he goes, "You're hired." The other young man was puzzled, but he mustered up enough courage to say, "Mr. Ford, you hired him over me, and we didn't even talk about business and engineering. Why did you do that?" He says, "Well, when the steak came, you took salt and put it all over it." He tasted the steak. Doesn't make sense. He goes, when the waiter and waitresses came up, the servers came up, the only time you were polite was only to me. You weren't with them. He was to everyone that came up. He goes, "So what are you trying to say?" He goes, and I leave this to you guys. He goes, "Seek to understand before you change something." So seek to understand, seniors, as you go out there before you change something. And the second piece of advice that Henry Ford said, and I leave you with that voice too, is be nice. It's free. Go around being compassionate and kind to others. Take those two things with you as we prepare to celebrate your journey. At this time, I'd like to bring Nathan Coyer to the podium.
Welcome to all who have gathered here today to celebrate the graduation of the Cottage Schools class of 2024. Many, if not all, of the graduates you see on the stage today would not be here without the love, care, and support of our friends, family, and loved ones. So thank you all for being here. I first came to the school in 6th grade, so I've understood the ins and outs of this community for a very long time. I am very grateful to TCS for providing me the opportunity to meet the greatest people I would have never met elsewhere. I should also thank the teachers and staff who supported me throughout all my years here. As my graduating class moves on from the Cottage School, I wish bright futures for all of us. Again, thank you to those who are here to celebrate our success. And I invite Head of School, Dr. Steve Palmer, back to the podium.
Thank you, Nathan. Proud of you. At this time, I want to introduce our keynote speaker today, Miss Gloria Matei. A few things about Gloria. She is a North Fulton resident. She's lived here for 27 years. Gloria was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Her journey is a true testament of resilience, entrepreneurship, and passion for her community. Beginning her career in '93 as a CPA specializing in internal telecommunication operations and domestic wholesales, Gloria excelled in corporate office life. However, her ambition stretched beyond corporate office confines, leading her to embrace entrepreneurship. In 2013, Gloria boldly ventured out into her own franchise, acquiring her first Nothing Bundt Cakes. Yes, everybody loves cakes. I do, obviously. Her location here in Georgia, unwavering dedication, she grew and ventured to open up one by June of 2022. Gloria expanded her footprint with a new franchise in Sandy Springs, reinforcing her area to support her community. Beyond business, Gloria campaigned for causes near and dear to her, advocating for special needs awareness, inclusion, independent living. She continues to contribute her time and expertise to esteemed organizations such as Lionheart, Children's Development Academy, and Greater North Fulton Chamber of Commerce. In recognition of her outstanding achievements, Gloria received numerous accolades, including the esteemed Circle of Honor Award from Nothing Bundt Cakes. This prestigious recognition underscored her unwavering commitment to the brand's value and the expectations for success as a franchise owner. A pinnacle moment within Gloria's journey came when she was honored with a Franchise of the Year at the 67th IFA Annual Conference in Phoenix, Arizona. This distinguished accolade celebrated Gloria's emboldenment of American dream, a testament to her dedication, vision, and unwavering pursuit of excellence. In closing, Gloria's story is merely one of business success, but a passion and purpose and profound impact on giving back to the community. Her legacy serves as an inspiration and aspiring entrepreneurs and transformative power and perseverance of commitment to serving others. Now, I met Gloria my first year here. There was a booth set up next to ours when we were at this Partners in Education. When I first met her, wonderful just to have her tell you her story. And when she was talking, and I remember this conversation for over almost 10 years now, and that's why I selected her to speak today, she knows what it's like. She's not only an entrepreneur, she's not only a business owner and serves our community, but she has a child, and her child struggled with learning differences. And in this introduction, she didn't say it, but she changed course. Her being a parent was more important than her work in the corporate world. So she had to reorganize her life to take care of her child and her family. So I love the fact that she gives back. I love the fact that she's not only successful out there, but her journey and understanding of our students and of our parents and our community is a blessing. So at this time, will you please welcome Gloria to the podium?
He's a little taller than I am. Good morning, everybody. I am truly honored before you to be standing here before you today. I am truly embraced by the warmth of the Cottage School. Dr. Palmer, thank you so much for the introduction. And to all the faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication to shaping the lives of these remarkable students. For the past decade, the Cottage School has held a special place in my heart. I have watched with admiration as this community tirelessly nurtures students with unique learning needs, fostering within them the confidence and skills they need to flourish as independent adults. To me, you're not just students. You are part of a family, and I'm deeply moved to share this day with you. I stand before you today not only as a speaker, but as a parent. My journey intertwines with yours. Through the shared experiences of navigating the challenges and triumphs of special learning needs, my son, like many of you, walks a path that demands resilience and determination. As we celebrate your achievements today, let us also acknowledge the achievements of your parents who have tirelessly supported you every step of the way. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Today marks the beginning of your journey as the confident, productive, and independent adult you're meant to be. A journey filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. Your achievements are evidenced by the remarkable statistics of this class. You are a testament to the transformative power of the Cottage School. With 100% of you either headed to college, vocational programs, or launching your professional careers, you stand as shining examples of what it means to embrace your potential and seize every opportunity that comes your way. You have been given the tools to be successful, and for that, you should be proud, grateful, and excited. When Dr. Palmer invited me to share my story, I reflected on my commencement day. It was filled with excitement and uncertainty. Many of you may be grappling similar questions. What does success look like? What lies beyond the familiar halls of the Cottage School? I'm here to tell you that success is not confined to a predetermined path. It's a journey that is going to be marked by twists, turns, and unexpected detours. But every step you take, no matter how uncertain, is a building block for the future you envision. I recall a poignant message from Deion Sanders at a convention I recently attended. It is a very simple yet profound message that is like a mantra. Want it, work it, and win it. These words resonated with me. They encapsulate the essence of success. Whether you aspire to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, an entrepreneur, whatever is in your mind, remember, there is something different in each and every one of you, and the success is born out of unwavering determination and relentless effort. As you can tell from my accent, I am from the melting pot of Atlanta. And as Dr. Palmer said, I started in San Juan, Puerto Rico when I was born, went to a Catholic school, and graduated from the University of Puerto Rico. I embarked in a path of accounting, given my love for numbers. And like many of you, I remained consistent in my pursuit and was successful in becoming a CPA and landing a job in the accounting field. This was not an easy task. I was not good in standardized testing. It took me 3 years to take the CPA title. But you know, I wanted it, I worked on it, and I win it. In 1993, I was called by a recruiter who was looking for auditors, CPAs that were willing to travel. They were looking for bilingual auditors. So my mom, who was a visionary to me, told me, you need to apply. What if it is not a Big Six company? Back in the day, you were successful if you were with a Big Six company. You just need to do the best you can at anything you do. And let me emphasize anything. Long story short, I interviewed in Puerto Rico. They took me to a second interview to interview in Tampa. They offered me the job right there, and I said yes immediately. When I came back to Puerto Rico to share my great news, all my siblings told me, you are crazy. How would you ever say yes to that first offer? And I said, I did. So they all say that, but you know what my mom said? My mom said, I'm proud of you. Go, get to know the world, and show your brilliance. So I did. I moved to Tampa. I did a lot of international traveling. And for 3 years, during that time of traveling, I got to know who's my now husband, Sergio. Got married, and in 1997, I stopped traveling and took an accounting job here in Atlanta, Georgia. I was a supervisor of new business initiatives. In my mind, I had figured my path to success. My plan then was to stay in accounting and escalate the famous corporate ladder. So far, all is according to plan, and I'm staying the course. But then a new opportunity knocked on my door. I was offered to join an innovation team that was going to deliver the first telematics initiative within the telecommunications industry. But there was a catch. I could not remain my supervisor title. I needed to transfer as an administrator. I knew nothing about the project. Didn't have no idea what it was going to entail. So I went to my mentors. I looked for my advice. I needed to research. I needed to understand. And some of them told me, are you crazy? Second time around. You have a title, you're a supervisor, you're meant to be a manager, you need to escalate the world. And so I follow my instinct. I was eager to know the inside of the wireless business, and I wanted to explore beyond the monthly accounting closings. It was exciting to be part of something new. So I did let go of my title, and I moved on to the operational world. I just somehow had faith in myself, and I knew I had the tools to make it happen. This new operational journey was completely out of my comfort zone. I grew in this arena until I became the Associate Director of Operations for Machine to Machine. I wanted the opportunity, so I worked at it. I became the expert on operational readiness of new companies, settlement processes between carriers, and implementation. Our team won the Excellence Award that year for the whole company. So you can tell, once again, I wanted it, I worked really hard at it, and I won it. While all of this in the business world was happening, my life was also evolving. I was married, had 2 kids, and my oldest son, Adrian, was diagnosed with autism. So while my professional life was going along, I also kept thinking in the back of my head, what am I going to do for him? I knew he was going to struggle in corporate world, but there was also my daughter, Zara, and she was that little angel sister that God had put in Adrian's way to be his big sister in a way and show him every day how to get out of his shell. That is when I discover my why, my purpose, the reason you wake up every day and you do everything you do. I am sure I'm not alone with this full run of parents. I was very confident in my role. I had the expertise, I had a great title, I had a good salary. And I felt everything was like in automatic mode. Let me take a quick pause. By a show of hands, how many of you think that I now have 2 bakeries, almost 3, because I love to bake? I used to travel a lot in my corporate world. And one day I was visiting one of my clients in San Diego, and I was introduced to the Nothing But Cakes brand by a friend who told me, go with me to Nothing But Cakes. And I said, I had no idea what you're talking about. And so he told me, this is the best cake ever. And I said, okay, I'm not the cake person, but I'll go with you. When I went into the bakery, I thought it was so cute. It was so amazing. It looked like a little mom and pop shop. And when I saw my friend buying all of these cakes to bring back to Georgia, I said, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I need to bring this back. Nobody knows about this in Georgia, and I love them. And I said, oh my God. So in the back of my head went, I could be the first bakery in Georgia. So I came home from that trip, and I told my husband, I think I found what we want to do for Adrian. And guess what he said? Are you crazy? You don't bake, you don't cook. There's no way we're going to make this happen. So again, 3rd time. I want to say 3rd time, it's a charm. I just said it has nothing to do with baking. It's about the opportunity to do something new in Georgia. It's about an opportunity for something that could be there for Adrian. And I know that this is a big dream. It may not be there for him. But maybe it is our platform to prove to society that kids in the spectrum or with different learning needs have lives and a place in society, and that they can perform as anybody else can. Around the same time, we were moving from Roswell to Milton because we needed to find the right school for Adrian. Unfortunately, I didn't know about the Cottage school, Dr. Palmer, or I would have never moved. When I was doing a housewarming party, my friend that introduced me to the brand, he called me and he said, hey, somebody took your idea and there's a bakery opening in Sandy Springs right now. And I said, oh darn, I really wanted to be that first bakery. But it's okay, don't worry, I'll be the second one. He brought Buntinis to the party, and when my husband saw the reaction, he said, I think you're up to something. We may need to research this. That was December 2011, and in January 2012, we were interviewing with the brand. But the story doesn't end there. That was not an easy task again. Many people think that when you buy a franchise, you just buy it and you're all set. That was not our case. We went through a 6-month interview process, personality evaluations, research, and presentations. After all the work during those 6 months, we went through our final presentation with the founders of the brand, and to my surprise, we were told no. We didn't have the financial background that they were looking for. I was devastated. I didn't want to talk about it. I couldn't believe that I would spend so much time, and we were told no. So you see, not always a lot of work that you put in has an immediate win. In your journey, you will find adversity and setbacks. Yes, you will. And yes, it will disappoint you. But your strength and motivation will always be your purpose to keep working at it. We kept thinking about our why, and despite of the lack of my baking abilities, as everybody knows by now, we kept thinking on how we could make it happen, and adversity did not stop us. Long story short, it took us a year to figure out the financial plan. We presented it to the brand, and we got approved to open the second bakery in Georgia back then. I wanted to be number one, yes, but it's okay. Number two was all right, and God had a plan for us. Reality then set in. I had a huge learning curve to overcome. I resigned from my corporate world after 18 years, and my boss' reactions was hilarious. Are you crazy? You don't know how to cook, you don't know how to bake. So everybody knew my reputation back then. But I had a big goal, and I needed to prove everybody wrong, and I needed to make this work for our family. I wanted it. It was a new venture that I needed to work. After 18 years, I knew everybody in my wireless world, but I had no idea what it meant to be an entrepreneur, what it was meant to be in the retail environment, or even less in the bakery world. But most importantly, I didn't know my community. I was such a workaholic in my corporate world that all I knew was the four walls of my company. And this was stepping out of my comfort zone in a very big way. And I needed to come up with a plan. Nobody knew nothing but cakes in Georgia, especially in the North Fulton area. I had the task of making sure that people knew how much joy we could bring to the community, and that our cake was the best cake they could ever taste, share, and give. I was just getting to learn the business, and I had no marketing background. How can I tell the world what we do? My first thought was schools and teachers. They were the ones who take care of my son and daughter on a daily basis. I owe a lot to them. So what a better way to celebrate them than with cake? I started visiting every school I know and every school I didn't know. That's how I met to Organization School and Dr. Palmer. He has a great memory. I got to learn not only of the Cottage School, but also from many other nonprofit organizations that had the same passion for special needs learning, inclusion, and teaching professional soft skills that fulfill and enrich the life of many. This was the best part of owning my business. Yes, it was hard work, not knowing anything about baking. I do bake now, by the way. But the most rewarding aspect, besides people's faces lighting up with our cake, was getting to support my community. I started to find ways of partnering with organizations that supported our purpose. That kept us going. It was a blessing to have guests come to our bakery and tell us that they were visiting because our son had told us about us. He was using the bakery as his way of communication. There was no better reward than to be able to support organizations one cake at a time, bringing joy and helping with their budget in the way we could. We didn't have a lot of money, but we had cake, and it was the best one. Fast forward 10 years later, our story went full circle. Remember when I told you earlier that in 2011, my friend said, somebody's opening the first bakery? Well, guess what? In 2022, we were able to acquire our first bakery in Georgia, and now we operate the first 2 bakeries in Georgia. We have now built a strong community-based family. My first why was my son, to build a safe environment and teach him the soft and professional skills he could apply. But little did I know at the time that it was also a haven for my daughter, who has also developed the professional and ethical skills that anyone in the workforce will kill to have in today's world. She works with us today, and she can run the place if she wanted to. Our son worked with us in many different aspects. He enjoyed going to all the community events with us. And now he is pursuing a hospitality career at Gwinnett Technical College. He still works with us going to events, and he loves to talk to people. While Zara is pursuing her journalism career and continues to be that big sister that continues to help him get out of his shell. Today, we support organizations that are very close and dear to our heart and to our why. We have created a safe environment for all of our Nothing But Cakes family that is diverse in every aspect, and have the blessing to be able to provide or explore job opportunities for young adults within the autism spectrum or any other different learning needs. The blessing goes beyond our unique learning needs. It is the education, it is the awareness, and the caring that our bakeries team learn because they know the power of diversity and inclusivity. So far, we have been able to help about 6 young adults with special learning needs. It feels like all of our employees are our kids, so I have 30 of them now. We have the goal to provide them with a leadership landscape so that they have the tools they need to continue their professional journey with or without us, just like the Cottage School has done for you. This is my final example. We wanted this, we worked it, we continue to work it really hard, and it feels like we're winning it. 30 years ago, if anybody would have told me that I was going to open a bakery, I would have said, "You're crazy." I hope my story tells you that success is not a mold or a pattern that you need to find and follow. There is no need to stress about it today. Success is what you make it to be. As long as you're true to yourself and you believe in yourself, you find your purpose and you work hard at it, you will be successful. I have total faith in the class of 2024. Take the time and reflect of where you have been in the last 10, 11 years on your educational journey. The challenges you have already overcome. This is success. You made it through elementary, middle, high school. You learned valuable tools that will carry you forward. I know this institution has taught you very valuable professional skills. I know you know them by heart, right? Being on time, being well-dressed, having your materials, interacting cordially, and completing the task. This is all you need. I promise you these professional skills will translate to everything you do from now on. Look back at my story and you will see these skills were present at all times. As I end my speech, I would like to leave you with a couple of reflection points that I hope will serve you in the bright future ahead. Don't let anybody tell you you're crazy. This word is used so casually, and what it really means is your idea is wild, and I am afraid you're going to fail. It's okay. They just want to protect you. But if you're sure, follow your passion. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. This is the only way to grow. If you stay in your comfort zone, you will never explore how good you are. If you're facing something new and don't know what to expect, do your research. Surround yourself with knowledgeable individuals that can help you. Have the spirit of a champion. There will be hard times ahead, but as a champion, you will never give up. Have a servant's heart and be humble. Success is not about titles and accolades. Success is what you make it to be, and you will be successful when you put others first and you serve your community. Make genuine connections. Be intentional, kind, and courteous when you meet somebody. You never know how that individual is going to play in your life. And finally, but not least, you have heard me say this constantly throughout my story. If you want to succeed, you have to want it, you have to work it, and you have to win it. Class of 2024, As you embark on this next phase of your journey, know that the lessons you've learned at the Cottage School will serve you well. Armed with determination, resilience, and spirit of unwavering perseverance, there's not limit to what you can achieve. Congratulations, graduates. The world awaits your brilliance.
Now we have an opportunity to hear from our student speakers, and I have the privilege of introducing the first one today. Each of these impressive graduates has demonstrated incredible leadership and growth in their time with us, and we are so proud of them. The first of our student speakers today is our cheer team captain, Miss Lexi Harrison.
Thank you, Laura. I might cry, so if I do, please just bear with me. Hello, my name is Lexi Harrison. First off, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. Most importantly, I would like to thank my friends, my family, and the amazing faculty and staff that have been with me for all 4 years of high school. I don't think I would have ever made it this far if you guys didn't guide me to be the person I am now. I never thought that I would ever be standing here on this stage today, getting ready to say goodbye to move on to do even greater things. I started at Cottage my freshman year, and it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. Moving to a new school was not easy for me. Meeting new people was a big challenge that I didn't want to face. I was nervous and didn't know what others would think of me. Eventually, I warmed up to people and met some of my lifelong best friends. I became a member of the student council, yearbook, and became a high school ambassador. I then got into sports, which my family never thought they would see me step foot on a court. I'm part of cheer, volleyball, and track, and I bonded with so many people and had awesome coaches that were always tough on me because they knew I could push myself to be harder. I've been cheer captain for 2 years in a row and have absolutely loved getting to know everyone on the team. Volleyball has taught me how to be better at a team sport and to come together with one another. I've learned so much, and I would like to thank Stephanie, Tasha, Jordan, Helena, and Zeffrino. I love you guys so much, and thank you for understanding me when I would get mad. I want to thank my grandparents for everything they have done for me and for teaching me how to drive, and for letting me talk to you about things that I didn't always want to tell my parents. Mom, Dad, Tim, Tyler, and Josh, I know the past 18 years have been a roller coaster, but thank you for teaching me how to be the young woman I am today. And Dad, I will forever be your little girl. Now, a few shout outs to the teachers that have helped all of us get to where we are today. Hector, you never failed to make us laugh. Jess, thank you for putting up with all of us and being an amazing senior homeroom teacher. Amanda, thank you for braiding our hair in the mornings because we all know that I cannot French braid my own hair. Jennifer, you are literally amazing. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us this year. We're going to miss you. Ryan, thank you for pushing me to become a level 3 my very first year here. And thank you for getting me involved with drama and helping me with math. Most importantly, thank you Laura and Kyle for always making sure we were getting back up on our feet and heading in the right directions. To my friends, I will never stop talking to you guys. Just because I'm going away doesn't mean I'm gone forever. I'll miss all the memories and all the fun times we've had and staying up until 3 a.m. talking about random stuff on the phone and getting in trouble for it. I'll be back soon, I promise. To sum this all up, thank you all for everything and helping us become the young adults we are now. If you told 8-year-old me that I would be standing here reading this today, I never would have believed it. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite our Student Council Vice President, Charles Young, to the podium.
Thank you. Good morning, esteemed faculty and families of my fellow graduates. It is an honor to be standing up here today. I know we all think we're immortal. We're supposed to feel that way. We're graduating. But like our brief 4 years of high school, what makes life valuable is that it doesn't last forever. What makes it precious is that it ends. I know that now more than ever, and I say it today of all days to remind us that time is luck, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Make yours count for something. Fight for what matters to you, no matter what, because even if we fall short, what better way is there to live? It's easy to feel hopeful on a beautiful day like today, but there will be dark days ahead of us too. There will be days where you feel all alone. And that is when hope is needed most. No matter how bad it gets or how lost you feel, you must promise me that you will hold on to hope. Keep it alive. We have to be greater than what we've suffered. My wish for you is to become hope. People need that. And even if we fail, what better way is there to live? As we look around here today at all of the people who helped make us who we are, I know it feels like we're saying goodbye, but we will carry a piece of each other into everything that we do next to remind us of who we are and of who we're meant to be. I've had a great 8 years with you. I will miss you all very much. And yes, despite this all being said by Gwen Stacy's speech somewhere around last fall, I feel no different from her. I will miss each and every one of you. Keep hope alive in your hearts, because she is right. There is no better way to live. Thank you. And now, I would like to invite our Student Council co-president, Miss Bella Aparicio, to the stage for our final student speech.
Thank you, Charles. Before Cottage, every school I ever stepped into felt like I didn't belong there. I was nervous about coming to see Cottage because all the other schools I didn't accept my differences. It crushed my spirit. But the moment I stepped in the building, I felt comfortable because people around me understood my struggles. I started in 2016. I was one of the first elementary school students to ever be at Cottage, along with a few others that are in the graduation class now. The year of elementary school went by fast, and then I went to middle school, which was a bit harder. I joined the varsity volleyball team. It was my first time playing volleyball, so I wasn't great at it, but I still had fun doing it. In 7th grade, I asked Richie if we could start a middle school volleyball team. We started making posters to get support from in middle school, and because of that support, I helped make the middle school volleyball team happen, with a little help from Patrice. Then I discovered drama in middle school. The moment I stepped on stage, I felt it was something I was destined to do. I played different characters in middle school, such as Wendy, the Evil Little Mermaid, and Snow White. Some of you may remember these famous performances. If you don't, Ryan can remind you. When I entered high school, I wanted to take a break from drama, so I joined cosmetology. But Ryan and Lydia said they needed me for a performance. Ever since then, Ryan has kept me busy with role after role. Because of that, I want to do acting as a career. Cottage gave me the opportunity to be in a lot of leadership positions. I have been an ambassador for the school since 5th grade. At first, I didn't think I could do that, talking to people about the school, representing it well. But I realized I care about the school a lot, and I had a lot to say. When I realized that student council was there to help the school and the students, I joined. Now, I'm co-president. I also got to help start the new music program. I had a lot of fun doing it, teaching elementary kids, getting to know them. I'm glad I got to help start the program because I always wanted Cottage to have a music program. Some things come naturally to me, like talking to people, being on stage. However, I have things that are hard for me to do, like reading, writing, math, except statistics. Anxiety is a big challenge. Everyone comes to Cottage for different reasons. We all have different challenges. That's what I love about this school. We always support each other. Here's something I learned while I was here. Don't be mad at yourself when you make a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes and you'll learn from them. Be patient with mistakes of others and be understanding. I want to say thank you to my family, Ryan, Lydia, Laurel from Georgia Ensemble Theater, the whole senior class, my good friends, and everyone who helped me throughout the years I've been here. To everyone in class 2024, I want everyone to trust your abilities even when you feel like no one else will. I know our next steps are going to be hard. We'll go through big challenges, but remember you always had friends and family and people at Cottage to support you in your life. Now I invite Anna Morris to the podium to present Class 24 gift to the school.
Yeah. Steve, could you join me at the podium?
Yes, I'm right here.
The class of 2024 wanted to give back to the school that gave us so much. We love spending time outdoors around campus, and every year we try to add some features that students, staff, and visitors can enjoy. So the class of 2024 purchased hammock chairs to expand our outdoor seating so that students can continue to enjoy the fresh air and have fun with their friends. Here you go.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you.
Of course. I would now like to invite Kyle, our high school assistant principal, to the podium.
So we are so proud of each of our students, and at graduation, we acknowledge those who have been with us for all 4 years of high school. So, you'll note this special accomplishment by the silver cords our students are wearing today. Will those students wearing silver cords please stand and be recognized? A number of our graduating seniors are also wearing gold cords today. The gold cords signify students that are honor graduates, meaning they have finished high school with a GPA of 3.5 or greater. Will our honor graduates please stand and be recognized? Up next, we have the President's Educational Achievement Award. When I read your name, please stand to be recognized for your achievement. This award recognizes students that have shown outstanding educational growth, improvement, and commitment to their academic subjects. It's also a reflection of their unusual commitment to learning and academics despite various obstacles. These individuals may have also shown outstanding growth, improvement, and achievement in art. I present this award to, and please hold your applause for a moment, John Ainsworth, Alyssa Briggs, Jack McGrew, and Alex Varon. Next, we have the President's Educational Award of Excellence. This award recognizes students who demonstrate high motivation, initiative, integrity, intellectual depth, leadership qualities, and exceptional judgment. These individuals exhibit great achievements on a daily basis. In addition, this award requires that you be a level 3 student here at our school, meaning that you have achieved a leadership position that has been acknowledged by both staff and students. I present this award to, once again, please hold your applause, Bella Aparicio, Luke Bali, Nathan Courier, Ella Griggs, Lexi Harrison, Jack Kane, Weston Kirshner, Andrew Little, Anna Morris, Walker Ryan, Allie Sisk, Hutch Stowe, Claire Troncalli, and Charles Young. As many of you know, the Hope Scholarship Program provides a scholarship for Georgia residents who have earned a minimum of a 3.0 GPA and have completed a number of specific rigorous academic classes during their high school career. The amount of this scholarship varies based on school selection, but as of December 2023, the following students were eligible to receive the Hope Scholarship. Please stand when I call your name. John Ainsworth, Bella Aparicio, Colin Barlow, Kendall Betzer, Alyssa Briggs, Nathan Courier, Andrew Dorsey, Zach Fairclaw, Josh Friedman, Ella Griggs, Chloe Jonikins, Jack Kane, Weston Kirshner, Charlie Kish, Andrew Little, Anna Morris, Allie Sisk, Hutch Stowe, Claire Troncalli, Noah Velasco, Alex Varon, and Charles Young. And one more scholarship here. So we like to recognize students that have received scholarships from post-secondary programs and other third-party donors. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Bella Aparicio, Colin Barlow, Kendall Betzer, Nathan Courier, Lexi Harrison, Jack Kane, Holland Kirshner, Weston Kirshner, Andrew Little, Anna Morris, Allie Sisk, Jonathan Stetler, Hutch Stowe, Claire Troncalli, Alex Varon, and Charles Young. Every year, we recognize the senior students that have achieved the highest GPA in their class. These students have also shown good citizenship and positive leadership during their years at the high school. Please stand when I call your name. The salutatorian award is given to the student with the second highest cumulative GPA for 4 years. This year's salutatorian is Nathan Courier. And the valedictorian award is given to the student with the highest cumulative GPA for 4 years. This year's valedictorian is Weston Kirshner. The Katie Ann Perry Fund was established in memory of a TCS student, Katie Perry, after her death in December of 1999. Katie was an energetic, humorous, and involved student who had made such a positive contribution to the school during her senior year that the students wanted to create a lasting memory in her honor. Katie was a one-woman cheerleading squad for student involvement in campus activities. Because of her investment in campus life, the students elected to annually nominate students from the graduating class who have demonstrated the same achievement and investment in the TCS program. Based on student selection, one graduating senior is awarded a scholarship by staff and peers. And since its inception, over $18,000 has been awarded through this fund to assist graduates to their transition to post-secondary pursuits. The student selected this year truly embodies the spirit of Katie Ann Perry. The student has been a Cottage School Cougar for nearly half her life. She has graced this stage countless times in our drama productions, participated in cheer, tennis, and volleyball, been a level 3 student for years, is an honor graduate, and is the Student Council co-president. That kind of gives it away. This student is more than just those accolades, though, because she is kind, caring, resilient, driven, and is a positive influence to those around her. It is for these reasons and many more that this year's Katie Ann Perry Scholarship goes to Bella Aparicio. I would now like to invite our head of school, Dr. Steve Palmer, back to the podium to present the Roswell Rotary Scholarship.
Roswell Rotary Scholarship from the Roswell Rotary Club. It has been a tradition in partnering with the Cottage School since the beginning when the Cottage School came around. This scholarship provides for an 11th grade student. Each year we look for a junior who is active on campus and actively participates in local Interact Club activities. Since the student has given so much to the TCS family and greater Roswell community through their involvement with Interact. Rotary likes to give back to support the students' final year as they approach. So this scholarship goes towards next year's tuition. This year's recipient of the Roswell Rotary Scholarship is a fantastic young person. This student has been in high school Interact for 3 years in high school, even considering a run for an executive office next year. They are passionate about helping others, fill their time participating in youth theater programs and work. This young woman helps in any way that she can, from suggesting new ideas to ensuring these events run smoothly, empowering her in her keen passion for assisting in the local international community. This young woman exemplifies the motto, and this motto is for all international local Rotary: service above self. Please welcome Ava Morale to the table. Of course, we give it to the person sitting way up there. But it's okay, she's surprised, she's shocked, and we're happy. Good job, Ava. Wow. Good job. Good job. Thank you very much. At this time, let's bring Laura back to the podium.
One of the longest standing student recognitions in the state is called the AJC Cup. It's formerly known as the Atlanta Journal Cup, and it acknowledges all around great kids. The winner will be recognized publicly in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and it is selected by the faculty and given to the best overall senior who is a real force in the school. Weston, can you join me? Stand right here. You are such an amazing young man. You're outstanding student athlete, and it's demonstrated your academics by your valedictorian standard and your male athlete of the year designation. You're a team captain on the field, a leader in our community as a pay level 3, and a brilliant student. It's because of your dedication, your achievement, and because you've earned the respect of our community that you've been selected this year's AJC Cup winner. Congratulations. Alice, can you take a picture? We have some citizenship awards that are given to students in our community who reflect the spirit of our workplace model at the Cottage School. It's the daily school system that they support the policies, they're consistent positive role models for their peers through their actions. This year we have 5 seniors who the faculty selected for citizenship awards. The first student is a quiet leader and a model citizen. He is kind, reliable, and consistent. He's one of the best tennis players to ever walk on our campus. He is a responsible level 2, a diligent student, and it's our honor to present this citizenship award to Mr. Andrew Dorsey. Come on. Our next student is helpful, caring, supportive, and a tireless worker. He always follows through on his commitments, and he never forgets to remind me that it's time for my second period English class. It is our pleasure to present our second citizenship award to Mr. Jonathan Stetler. This next young lady is compassionate, hardworking, and deeply loving. She cares about those around her, and she's a consistent positive presence in our student body. She is the proud author of an advocacy coloring book for teens and young adults and was selected to make that honor. It is our pleasure to present this citizenship award to Ms. Holland Kirshner. This next young lady is full of gratitude and never hesitates to recognize the good in others. She's a leader in the classroom, in Interact Club, and on her athletic teams. It's our pleasure to present this citizenship award to Miss Anna Morris. This final award winner is a dedicated student, a kind and caring community member, a great athlete, and an even better teammate. It is our pleasure to present this final citizenship award to Mr. Sam Baer. Smile. That way. The Staff Leadership Awards are given in recognition of graduating seniors who have demonstrated the most consistent leadership on our campus. You can imagine how challenging this is for our staff to select, as we have many excellent students who demonstrate leadership. This year, we've chosen 3 winners. Our first winner is a level 3 student who's reliable, trustworthy, and generous. He's a good friend and an outstanding leader by example, as well as an exceptional student. He's participated in drama in the Chick-fil-A Leadership Program and is taking his considerable art talents to SCAD in the fall. It's our honor to present this first Staff Leadership Award to our salutatorian, Mr. Nathan Coyer. Our next winner is also a level 3 student. She's highly decorated today, having participated in various sports, drama, and student council, Chick-fil-A leadership, and she's one of our standout ambassadors. She's grown into a confident, helpful, and strong young woman in her 4 years with us. It's our honor to present the second Staff Leadership Award to Miss Lexi Harrison. Our final recipient of the Staff Leadership Award is another Level 3 student who's been with us since middle school. This student is the walking definition of resilience. She is tough, extremely capable, and always kind. Most impressively, she makes others feel seen and heard. She seeks out those who are struggling and spends her time and energy helping. It is our pleasure to present our final Staff Leadership Award to Miss Ella Griggs. It's my privilege to grant an award for two graduating seniors who've made a difference just by their presence in our community. Maybe they're not always the most noticeable public leaders, but with their consistency, acceptance, and support of others, they've demonstrated positive participation in our levels and professional system. For the first of these two recipients, Mr. Charles Young, will you join me? Just wait right here. All right. Charles, you've been at TCS for a while, and we've watched you grow into a confident young man with resilience, Ryan said yesterday, a stubborn determination, and admirable loyalty to your friends. You are a diligent worker. You've participated as a leader and student council as our vice president this year. And I have to mention, your creative energy and dramatic flair make you a gifted performer. Thank you for sharing your talent with us. Congratulations. For the second Principal's Award, Mr. Gabe Belden, can you join me? You are such an excellent role model. There isn't a day that goes by that you're not a good student, a supportive community member, and you're always incredibly helpful. As a Pay Level 3, you always are willing to help your teachers or your peers. Remarkably, you've been incredibly consistent and reliable, and you're one of our most accepting and supportive community members, demonstrating compassion and the kind of patience that it takes to fish for 8 hours and catch nothing. In the freezing cold, that's right. And then get on the boat again for the next competition. An outstanding athlete and teammate, you have an easygoing nature and a great sense of humor. You have a strong moral compass that I know will guide you well. Congratulations. We have one more award, the Director's Award. So Dr. Steve Palmer, come on up.
Good job, Laura. Thank you, Laura. The other day, Wednesday, I know this looks smooth, but we did rehearse. We practiced this. And the point of this story, I'm standing up here exactly where I'm at, and it was Wednesday, and I look out in middle school and elementary dismissing. It's the last day of school. And I noticed elementary's up here, and I noticed some of the teachers waving at the seniors and giving them thumbs up as they're lining up. But also, I went out there and investigated. I noticed the elementary group, right underneath the awning, all of them were crying. Crying. The teachers, the students. And I went out there and I'm like, who lost their puppy? I have never, ever experienced that other than at the Cottage School. That is something special. I mean, for me, when it was out, school was out, I was more like Alice Cooper. You know, school's out for the summer, and I'm running down the hall throwing, what backpack? These kids and this staff, and that's not just elementary, besides the pies in the face that they were getting out there in middle school, it's special. and it's special with all these students that are here, the support from the family and the staff. But that was very touching. I had to leave because I started getting a little stuff in my eye. But love the guys, love all our elementary and all our middle and high school students. Outstanding. Speaking of elementary, I have an honor right now. I'd like to present 4 individuals an award called the Pioneer Award. Who would have thought, the Cottage School started in 85. Next year is going to be our 40th year birthday. Yes, 40 years. Elementary began 8 years ago in one classroom with 4 students. So at this time, I'd like to honor those 4 pioneers who started here in elementary. So as I call your name, please come up. Davy Bryans. Come on, Davy. Mr. Jack McGrew. Mr. Andrew Dorsey. And last but not least, Ms. Bella Apprecio. Final award before we begin our graduation ceremony with diplomas is the Director's Award. Every student comes here for a reason. Some similar, some different, but everyone's here for a reason. This individual, young man, came to us in middle school. And his main reason for coming here, he wanted to be himself. Tired of being picked on, bullied. He wanted to be himself. Each year, I have the opportunity to select one student who shows the most personal growth in their enrollment at TCS. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult and impossible award to select one out of all these wonderful students I have up here. As you can imagine, it is hard. There's not one graduate seated who hasn't been amazing all the way through their journey. The fact that they're here on this day preparing for the next very level and step in their future is a major accomplishment. Not only have they completed their course for high school diploma, but each of them have come into their own, confident, successful young adult. I'm very proud of them. This year, this student has been on the honor graduate, yearbook editor, chief for 3 years, Pam's aide in the mornings, lead ambassador, level 3, student council representative for 3 years, received a scholarship for attending Barry, held a job while working at this school, and 6 years at TCS. This young leader is a lead ambassador. He could sell the school himself. I'm sorry, admissions. He does a good job, doesn't he? He does a good job. At this time, please bring Hutch Stowe to the front. At this time, Laura, please come to the podium.
All right. This is diploma time. So I am going to ask the graduates to please rise to prepare for your diplomas. Head on out, John. As the graduates get ready, I need to acknowledge a few folks. BPI Photography, who has been an awesome support of us all year long. There are pictures on their website you'll find from today and all of our sports events, all of our major things this year. So please go on there and look. Eventide Productions and Phoenix Video Productions, they're live streaming today, and their videography has been first class. Our graduates will also have access to that so they can relive this day over and over. To Tangela, Stephanie, and Alex, who put together the reception for us outside and decorated this beautiful stage, thank you very much. Also to the administrative team, Kyle, Richie, Lyle, Carrie, Molly, Tasha, Kayla, and Jan, who guided us and the seniors through their senior year. And to the senior sponsor, Jessica, and her team of 4 senior homeroom teachers, including Hector, Jennifer, Ryan, and herself, worked tirelessly on each senior's behalf all year to have a successful year. So thank you guys, all of that group. On the ending note, seniors, you received a toolbox yesterday, and I failed to tell you what the toolbox was for. I want to just let you know that it is our hope that we have provided you with tools for life, and the toolbox is a symbol for that. I also can let you know that it will be very helpful, and you may be the only person in the dorm or on that hall or in your apartment who has tools. So make sure that you take those tools with you and use them to build your future. We know it will be bright. All right. So for the rest of us during this last part of the time, I'm going to request of you, our audience, as hard as it will be, to please hold your applause until everyone's received their diploma. I will read a note from every senior as they walk to reach their diploma, and I have a message of thanks from those seniors to each of you. It will be important for everybody to be able to hear their messages, so please hold your applause. Presenting the diplomas today with our rose ceremony is Miss Becky Thielen, our board member and alumni parent, and Dr. Steve Palmer, our head of school. I think we're ready. John Gerson Ainsworth. Thank you, Lyle Douglas Cutchin, for not only being a great teacher, but a mentor and a second father figure to me. Thank you, Terrence Antley, for being a great boss and a third father figure to me. To Elizabeth Ogden Wright Ainsworth and Robert Anthony Ainsworth for being such amazing parents and raising me to be who I am today. Thank you to Jonathan Harrison Davis and Jacob Lavoie for being my best friends, albeit in 2 very different stages of my life. Thank you to Dr. Tyler Tippett Whitney for being an amazing psychologist to me ever since 6th and 7th grade. To William Monroe Ainsworth and Reed Evan Ainsworth, I want to say thank you for being awesome brothers. I appreciate everyone's love and support. Isabella Rebecca Aparicio. I want to say thank you to my best friends, Kendall, Lexi, Elizabeth, Ava, Jack, Davy, Charles, Gabe, and Hutch, for always having my back. To my mom and dad, you helped me be more confident in myself. To my sister and her family for always supporting me even though you're far away. To my dogs, Wallace and Chester, for always being there. To Ryan and Lydia for trusting me with different things in drama and letting me help. To Kenya and Tiffany for supporting me with cheer. To Jennifer for being an awesome homeroom teacher and helping me be more independent. To my grandma for always being there and constantly having a smile. And most importantly, to my therapist, Melanie, for helping me manage stress when I'm hard on myself. Lastly, to thank the Cottage School for helping me grow into the person I've become. I will miss every single one of you. Thank you so much for everything that you guys did for me for the last 8 years that I've been here. I hope that the school keeps thriving, and go Cougars. Luke Joseph Bali. I'd like to thank the Cottage School for helping me grow into the person I've become over the last 6 years. When I started, I had not had good experiences at school. At TCS, I felt welcome, I learned, and I actually wanted to go to school. I've learned to advocate for myself, and you've helped me grow to be the person that I am. I'd like to thank Anna for being my very best friend, and I'd like to thank all the teachers who were there for me, especially Kyle, Tasha for all the support and guidance, and finally my mom and dad for making TCS a reality to me. Thank you to my godmother Estella for always remembering me, And Mom and Dad, you drove me back and forth every day. My sister and her husband, Veronica and Robbie, for your support and time in helping me realize the possibilities in life. I'd like to thank my siblings, Elizabeth, Akane, and Matthew, for all your support. I know I can always depend on my family, and I'm thankful for everyone I've met and everything I've learned. Thank you, everyone. Colin Eric Barlow. First of all, I'd like to thank God for all the blessings he's bestowed on me. I'd like to thank my coaches through the years, especially Michael, Stephen, Richie, and Saroy, for never giving up on me and letting me play the sports I love. Thank you to the teachers and counselors who were willing to do whatever it took to help me, especially Tasha, Lydia, Hector, and Lyle. I deeply appreciate the hard work. Special thanks to all my good friends and teammates. I will never forget the memories I made with you guys. Thank you to the Belden family for hosting a safe place that helped our friend group to grow closer. And last but definitely not least, to my family, my 2 brothers and my parents. Y'all gotta slow down. I was far from a perfect child. You guys did everything and anything to help me be happy and successful. I wouldn't be here who I am without you and your efforts. I love you. Samuel Jeffley Bear. Thank you, Amanda and Michael Ann, for teaching me about rock climbing. To my soccer coaches, Hector and Greg, and my baseball coaches, Stephen, Matt, and Casey. To my homeroom teachers, Katya, Amanda, and Ryan, and especially Katya for getting me to go to all the school dances. To Heather for my college essays, Amanda, Greg, and Lyle for my recommendation letters, and Kyle for being great in personal fitness. Lyle for teaching me how to work in concessions, Wilfred for making me laugh. To Sammy, Ryan, Eleanor, Sharon, and Jen, thank you for all the laughter and friendship. To my soccer and baseball teammates and Grandma Vera, thank you for always coming to my school and supporting me. Grandma Darrell, thanks for watching today even though you can't be here. Mom, thanks for helping me with my homework and taking me to the batting cage. Thanks for rock climbing and letting me teach you how to play disc golf. Thank you for helping me get into Georgia Tech. And Dad for teaching me about baseball, for throwing and catching and being supportive. And last, to my sister Haley for making me laugh and helping me with homework and getting ready for my bar mitzvah. Thanks for making things easier for me. I can't wait to go to the Mercer and Tech baseball games with you. Gabriel Max Belden. Thank you, Ryan, Greg, Michael Ann, and Jennifer for making this a great high school experience and being the best homeroom teachers. Mom, thank you for pushing me and believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Dad, for coaching our fishing team and leading the guys group, and Dana for making me smile when I had an off day. Robert Max for coming down from Iowa with the boat to help us in our fishing competition and giving me the fun and adventurous memories. To Ava Asher for the great moments. To Weston for being my best friend and a shoulder to lean on. Thank you, Andrew Dorsey, for being a good friend and keeping me in line. Jackson for supporting me in all the cold weather I put you through during fishing. Thank you, Bella, for being someone I can talk to. To the Lilliquest family for giving me the adventures of a lifetime and being so kind and inviting. To Lexi for being a person I can talk to. You've been there for me. Thank you, finally, to Miss Lydia for helping me through the rough patches this school year and supporting me in every way possible. I love you all. Kendall Laura Betzer. Thank you to my friends, Jesse, Davey, Bella, Lexi, Jack, and Liv for being there for me. Thank you to the girls' basketball team as well as my coaches, Keith, Bonnie, and Lyle, for helping bring my spark back and believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you, Hector, Ryan, and Jennifer. You guys kept me in line and helped me become the best version I can be, even when I spend $50 on rubber ducks. Thank you to my brother. You've been so proud of me, even for the smallest things, and you've always supported me in everything I do, even though you're an hour and a half away. Finally, thanks to my parents, especially Mom, sitting through every soccer game, basketball game, and play. Thank you for the fights and the tears that came out of you helping me with my homework, and thank you for believing in me. You've sacrificed so much to get me to heal and find the strength within myself. You never gave up on me, even when I thought I wouldn't get better. I've made it, Mom, and I wouldn't be here without you. I love you. Alyssa Sky Briggs. First, I'm going to thank my lifeline and dog, Rodman. He just doesn't understand how much it matters to me that your being around makes me not feel so alone. Thank you to my parents for raising me the best way that you could and making me into the young man or young woman I am today. To Tata, thank you for being a second mother to me and always making me feel welcome, and for the gas food. To my brother Aiden and best friend Allie for being there for me. I've been through good and bad with you, and I could never ask for better siblings. To Deasha for being there for me since 8th grade. To Katya and Kyle for being supportive of me since freshman year. And to Makai, I never told you how much I actually appreciate you for being someone I could trust. I'm glad we're friends. And lastly, I'd like to thank myself, because if I didn't change my mindset, I wouldn't be here. I did it through self-discipline and motivation to finish, and I supported myself, and I thank myself for that. Anyways, thank you, and I love you guys. David Conrad Burns, thank you literally everyone for giving me a wonderful late high school experience. Thank you, Kyle, for having me as a homeroom teacher. You were terrific. Though the chaos we put you through, I personally feel like we prepared you for assistant principal. From one David to another David, you were a close runner-up to the best homeroom teacher I've ever had. Spending time with you in middle school homeroom and earth science felt more than just being a regular student at school. It felt fun to step into your room and learn with you. And Wilfred, it was such a joy, and I wish you were a senior homeroom teacher so I could have had you one more time. It's a mess going back and forth from online and in-person school, but we got the hang of it eventually, and I'm glad I got to spend a portion of my year in person with you. Your humor has always made me laugh, but you pushed me to do my work. And finally, I'd like to give a big thank you to my family for always helping to push me through the years, especially my mom and dad for sacrificing so much to get me this far. Grant Henry Campbell. I'd like to thank the Cottage School for being a safe place for me to grow and learn for the last 8 years. I'd like to thank Laura, Kyle, Harriet, Wilfred, and Tasha for supporting me and being there for me when I needed help or advice. To my classmates and my friends, Andrew and Gavin, for all of the good times and fun that we had. And thank you to my family, my siblings, Taylor, Kennedy, and Jordan. You were always there for me. To my brother, thank you for being one of my best friends. And my twin sister, Kennedy, you always make me laugh. To my big sister, Jordan, you are someone I can count on. Thank you to my Nana for always being there and supporting me. I love you very much. And finally, to my mom and dad, I appreciate everything that you have done and continue to do for me. You are the best parents that I could ever have wished for. Thank you. Nathan Leonard Coyer. At first, I'd like to express my love and appreciation to my dad, Eric, my mom, Heather, and brother, Michael. You have supported me and guided me on this wild journey through grade school. Thank you to my meaningful teachers for being supportive not only of my education, but in my path as a person, including Lydia, Katya, Ryan, and of course, Helena. Various friends I've met over the years at this school and elsewhere, you've been vital in inspiring my path in the art world. I cannot thank you enough for your support. For my Cottage School friends, Davy for being friendly ever since 6th grade, Tanya for being a great person to share things, Victoria for supporting me whenever I was in a tight spot, but also not hesitating to point out when I did something wrong, to Ella for being supportive in my journey through high school. I'm happy we were able to meet one another. I also must mention my therapist, Kaylee Giovanni, for guiding me on a path of self-discovery that's led me to be a better person, as well as Tom Mackesy for helping me talk in my everyday life. While I may not pass this way again, I do wish for others like me to realize who they are and allow these realizations to help guide you onto the stage where I stand today. Andrew Chester Dorsey. I'd like to start by thanking all the teachers who I've known and who have taught me during my lifetime and my time at the Cottage School. I want to give a special thanks to 2 teachers from middle school, Casey and Danielle, who helped me come out of my shell. I also want to thank Counselor Tasha, who stepped in and helped me when I couldn't help myself. Thank you, Coach Ritchie, for helping me and coaching me through the years to become more talkative and open towards others, especially my teammates. And a special thanks to Lydia, who's always been so supportive of me since I stepped into high school. You've also helped me be more thorough with my work and better with myself. Thank you to my friends, Gabe, Jackson, Weston, Allie, Dean, Alex, and Grant, for being amazing friends and people who I can chat with to make me feel accepted. And finally, I would like to thank my family. You have helped raise and mold me into the person that I am today. Thank you. Zachary Eugene Fairclaw. I'd like to thank Victor for teaching me boxing over the years and helping me improve. You make me a better person and more outstanding and for teaching me boxing and the discipline that came with it. Another one I'd like to thank is Hector for being an amazing teacher for boxing and Spanish and encouraging me to be the best I'm able to be. You are always looking out for me. Thank you, Greg, for being a great archery coach who finally got me to join the team this year. We had lots of fun at tournaments. Thank you for making me a better archer and improving me. And finally, I'd like to thank my parents for making me push forward when I didn't want to, not even in the slightest. And thank you. I appreciate you very much. Joshua Allen Friedman. First, I'd like to thank my mother for dealing with me and giving me the strength and encouragement that got me to where I am. I literally would not be here if it weren't for you. Another person is my Uncle Jay for always being there and checking on me. Unfortunately, my sister can't be here, but I do love and appreciate all the wisdom and fun times we've enjoyed. You are appreciated. I'm exceptionally grateful to my teachers and mentors who've helped me over the years, and Amber Gardner, you've helped me in more ways than I can count. You got me hooked on learning. Finally, a big thank you to my family, friends, and teachers who believed in me and helped me along the way to accomplish this great achievement. Ella Catherine Griggs. I want to express my sincerest gratitude to everyone who's impacted my life. First and foremost, to my mom for always being my rock and supporting me through thick and thin. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am here today. I also want to thank Julie Crudgington, my middle school principal, for welcoming me with open arms into her school and providing me with a safe and supportive learning environment. Without your kindness, I have no idea where I would be today. I'm incredibly grateful to the Coyers who've become a part of my second family. You've always been there for me, and I feel so lucky to have you in my life. And finally, I have to express appreciation to the nurses and the doctors who have helped me along the way. Without their care and expertise, I wouldn't be here today. Alexis Therese Harrison. First off, I'd like to thank my parents for everything you've done for me, for getting me out of bed when I really didn't want to, and for making sure I was always on the right track. To my best friends, you always knew how to cheer me up on bad days. I'm going to miss you. To my amazing coaches who wanted to push me harder because you knew I had the ability. To Ryan for getting me into drama even though I didn't want to start. To Lydia for being there when I needed extra help in the mornings. To Kenya and Tiffany for everything you've done during cheer and being there with someone I needed to talk to. Thank you to my older brothers. Even though we don't always get along, I will always look up to you guys no matter what. I love you both. Most importantly, to my grandparents, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for you. Thank you for getting me into this amazing school and helping me with schoolwork. Thank you for buying my first car and always being a shoulder to cry on when I needed it. Thank you all. I love you guys so much for everything you've done. Chloe Bailey Jonikins. While I haven't had the opportunity to be here long, I can safely say that my experience wouldn't be nearly the same without all of you who I've grown to adore and cherish. Students and teachers alike have made my time uniquely wonderful. In good days I look fondly on, and bad days I can reflect. I'd like to thank my swim coach, Steven, personally for pushing me to my limits, allowing me to help win our school championship. I'd like to thank Wilfred for the fun memories and leisurely joy. To Susan for our friendship and connection. To my friends now and my friends that have left, no amount of time can change the fun we've had, and I thank you all for it. Lastly, to my family who came, I'm so glad that you have been here, and you are one of my biggest thanks for that. I would have been impossible if you weren't here to support me. And Mom, you are the staple to my education. Thank you forever. Diana Lilia Kagan. I'd like to thank my parents, Anna and Morris, for supporting me along the way. I'd like to thank my brothers, Albert and Edward, for always being there for me, to my cousins for giving me such fun times, and to my aunts, uncles, and grandparents for always believing in me. Thank you to my teachers for helping me out with everything. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you all for your support and love. John Fuller Kane. I'd like to thank Weston for being kind to me when I first arrived and being open to being friends. To Dr. Edwards for helping me through tough times and being there for me to talk to. To Dr. Kurt for helping me understand the process, my emotions, and helping me through my time at Sand Hill. You were instrumental. I'd like to thank Amanda for supporting and pushing me to move up in levels, and thank you to Hector for putting up with my shenanigans and supporting me on the soccer field. Thank you to all my coaches for helping me be a better player and person. I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me through all of my tough times, even when I wasn't the kindest to you. I couldn't have done this without your constant support and assurances that I was capable. Holland Nicole Kirschner. I'd like to thank my friend Cecilia, my neighbor and TCS friends. Thank you, Gabby, Anna, Bella, Allie, and Finley Love, who also goes to church with me. Thank you, Heather, for helping me with writing, Jess for being fun homeroom teacher in the cruise, Jennifer for being the Chick-fil-A leader, Miss Susan, my level 3 boss, and for letting me work with you in the library. Thank you, Amanda, for teaching me ukulele, gardening, pottery, and leading Interact. Thank you for nominating me for the Rotary Scholarship, and thank you to Roswell Rotary for that scholarship last year. Thank you to Miss Tasha and Stephanie for your support since middle school when I started on volleyball. To my coaches with Special Pops Tennis, Miracle League Softball, my mentors and all the other youth ambassadors with I Decide Georgia, and my church leaders at Redeemer Lutheran. Thank you, Mimi, for being here all the way from Maine. Thank you to Papa for going swimming and times on the boat. Thank you to Gree for teaching me to bake and sew and taking care of me. I love you all. To my aunts, uncles, and cousins, and godparents too, a special thank you to my dog as well, Violet, because TCS, our color is purple. She makes me smile. And thank you to my brother Weston for driving me to school and being there for me. I'm excited to graduate and go to college. Lastly, I'd like to thank my parents, Stacy and Daniel, for everything. I would not be here if it weren't for you. I love you. Weston Daniel Kirschner. I'd like to start with my family because you've been my rock. Middle school was rough, and my parents made the hard choice to move me here. It hasn't been easy for you, but you've provided me with everything I needed to succeed, and I wouldn't be where I am without you. Thank you, Holland, for getting me up when I slept through my alarm. And to my grandparents for being my support system and helping us get the school we needed. To the rest of the family for being there and cheering me on, thank you. To my teachers, Hector and Stephen, you've always been real with us and never sugarcoated it. Y'all pushed me to be more than just another student. Richie and Soroy for some amazing basketball seasons. Richie for the opportunities in sports, and Soroy for your abundant wisdom with a side of a slice of an orange. Mr. and Mrs. Belden for opening your home for a Bible group and a place for us to play basketball, but a safe place for us. Being able to go to your house and to you for advice was special. To my friends standing with me today, thank you for a great 4 years. Jack, Colin, Gabe, and Andrew. And finally, thank you to Tanya for never giving up on me and being patient through my craziness. Thank you to everyone who's helped me along the way. I wouldn't have made it without y'all. Charles Taylor Kish. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for being there for me and helping me through all these years. To Sarah for being a great sister. To Andrew Little for sticking by me through elementary and high school. Christopher Martini for being there to lift me up when I was down and putting me in a good mood. Thank you, Alex Varon, for being there on the first day of school and being my friend. To Davy Burns for being there when I needed a good laugh. To Hector for being the best soccer coach I ever had. To Ryan for being the best acting coach I ever had. Thank you to Lydia for being the most amazing literature teacher ever. And to Justin for being the best esports coach. Finally, David, thank you for being my first homeroom teacher and the perfect introduction to the Cottage School. Andrew David Little. Graduating was something I did not see myself achieving, but here I am in my funny little hat and my gown in front of people who have watched me suffer, cry, laugh, smile, grow, and mature into the young man I am today. I'm truly grateful to that. Mom and Dad, thank you for raising me into the young man I am today and for pushing me academically. For each of my homeroom teachers for having to put up with me in the mornings and every afternoon. To my grandparents for being someone who had time to pick me up. for Uncle Jay for being awesome, for Nana for always housing us at the beach, and for my cousins for taking the time to socialize with me. To my friends for hanging out, Weston, Alex, Davy, Claire, Victoria, Colin, Davis, and many more. But thank you again also to Gabe Cronin. You were someone I always looked up to for your academic standing, your interest, and your conversations. You continued to support me into archery my senior year, and you were someone I could open up to when times were hard. Thank you to everyone. John Pope McGrew. First thing that comes to mind when I think about Cottage School is family. The past 8 years that I have been here have been really fun. Thank you to all of my friends and teachers who've been here with me. To Rose for always being there when I was sad or mad or just needed someone to talk to. I probably would not have learned how to write a paragraph without you. To Coach Richie for basketball practice. I was so scared at first that I didn't understand what was going on, but after a lot of work with you, I felt confident playing. To my best friends Lexi, Bella, and Kendall, thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you, Dr. Drew, for taking the time to meet with me and talk about everything. This has helped me to be the person I am today. To my sister, Gray, you may not always be my favorite person in the world, but I love you so much. You've been there for me through thick and thin. To my cousins, Carly and Anna, for all the love you've given me. To my grandparents, thank you for coming today and for your support. But most importantly, to my parents, Beth and Brad, who have been there for me for so much, even when I didn't want you to be. Thank you. William Edward McGuire. First off, I'd like to thank my parents and grandparents for your support, help, and kindness. Throughout my life, my mom, my dad, and my grandparents, you've been my biggest supporters through all the challenges. I wouldn't be in the place that I am today without you. High school's been the toughest 4 years of my life, so thank you to everyone who supported me. Through this year especially, I can't thank you enough. To the staff for your kindness and your forgiveness. I've made way too many mistakes to count. Thank you to my coaches for being mentors to me and for your guidance and teaching me about teamwork and leadership. To my amazing homeroom teachers, you always started the day with a positive attitude, which made it even better. To all the second chances, thank you for the forgiveness and the grace that everyone has given me throughout my life. I'm not a perfect person, but I do appreciate everything you've done for me and for sticking with me. I'm probably going to remember this as being one of the hardest and most confusing years of my life, but I'm proud of myself for pushing through the challenges. Thank you, everyone who helped me. Eva Madison Mills. I'd like to thank my friends who've been there for me, Bree, Kelly, Kennedy, Abby, Liz, Jordan, Anna, Grace, and Brooke. Zephrino, you always love when I come to your room and draw pictures of you. I do that every morning. And then I started drawing pictures of Lyle and put it on his door. And Wilfred, I always spell your name wrong. I want to thank Harriet for putting up with me and Ryan in class for laughing at each other. For my family, thank you Grammy and Grampy for being at all my school events and my horse shows. And Grammy for always being there for me. You make me a better person. We have a great time. I love you so much. I love it when we race at Walmart with our shopping carts. Thank you, Austin and Luke, for making me laugh when we hang out, and to Luke for being there when I needed you. And finally, thank you, Mom and Dad, for being there when I needed you most. Madison Mills is signed out. Goodbye. Anna Keeling Morris. I would like to thank all of my teachers and coaches. Casey for math and science. You always made me laugh and smile. Michael for math. Rose and for Georgia history and for being a homeroom teacher. Patrice for yearbook. David, you made science so fun. To Stephen, I wouldn't be in swim if it weren't for you. To Lydia for English. To Richie for health and PE. To Jess for biology and chemistry. You made my day, and so is Jake. To Greg for civics and econ, you were there when I broke down, and I have appreciated it more than ever. To Katya, thank you for liking my artwork. To Lyle for being funny and fun. To Amanda for being an amazing person and for Interact. To Michael Ann for geometry. To Kenya for ELA. To Hector for making Spanish fun. To Jennifer for forensic science. You're a great teacher, and I'm studying criminal justice in college because I loved your class. To Kyle for letting me do Google Slides instead of taking a regular exam. To Ryan for being a great teacher. To Kayla for being there for me when I needed someone to talk. To Helena for brightening up my mood and being amazing in volleyball. And Zephrino for coaching us as well. including Stephanie, Tasha, and Carter for helping me. To Craig and Lauren for being amazing tennis coaches, Brianna for being an amazing dance teacher and volleyball coach, and finally to my brother Joey and my sister Evelyn for putting up with me. And thank you, Dad, for spending your time with me. And I would love to make sure I thank my mom for being there for me for all my dark moments and bringing me up, and for being an amazing mom. Walker, Christopher, Ryan, dear Mom and Dad, thank you for always being there for me whenever I've needed you. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I would do without you in my life, supporting me and helping me along the way on this journey through early childhood to becoming a brilliant, talented, individual young man. I would also like to thank my aunts, uncles, and grandparents for having fun with me at Christmas time and taking me on trips. I'd like to thank my grandparents for being so kind to me. I appreciate you and the support. My family has always been there to remind me how special I am and help me get through the hard times. And my dog, you comfort me when I'm feeling sad. My therapist has helped me with the obstacles that I faced in my lifetime. And lastly, I'd like to thank Wilfred, Jennifer, Heather, Lyle, and Laura for teaching me to take my time with my work. All of my teachers, I'm thanking you have taught me the skills that I need when I go to college. I appreciate your help and support. Alessandra Ann Sisk. In my house, one of my mom's old t-shirts has the quote, "Good experiences are made up of good and bad times." I always was confused by this. Shouldn't only good times make up good experiences? After 7 years of school and 18 years of life, I understand that good experiences need both the good and the bad times to be great. I will admit that in life and at this school, things have tested me many times in ways that sometimes truly hurt. But despite this, I want to thank all those tests. I want to thank them for making me stronger and smarter and generally better. Still, those bad times needed to be balanced by good ones. So I want to say thank you to the people who gave me the good times, to my teachers, especially Amanda and Lydia, for always wanting the best for me. Thank you to my friends and fellow classmates for your friendship and the camaraderie that has made so much of school worth it. And last but not least, thank you to my mom, dad, and sister for every dinner, every vacation, every joke, every hug, every I love you, and every other moment that I share with you. Jonathan Scott Stetler. I can't believe this day is here. I've worked so hard to be here, and I wouldn't be here without the help of many people. First, to my mom and dad, you've stood by me through many difficult days while I've accomplished great things. I've been told my whole life I couldn't do it and I wouldn't make it, and you told me not to believe it. You told me I could do anything I put my mind to. I owe you everything. To Nana and Papa and Mama, thank you for being there, for picking me up from school and coming to my school things. Aunt Shannon, Uncle Charles, and Zach, you told me that you believed in me and I couldn't have done it without you. Uncle Brian, Aunt Alicia, Luke, Will, Owen, I love you. Uncle Joel, Aunt Peach, Jossie and Jack, Aunt Becca, Uncle Hooper, and Stella, thanks for your encouragement. Aunt Natalie, Uncle Joe, thank you for giving me my best friends, Chandler, Carson, and Cameron. I know Chandler and Carson are cheering from heaven. David, Laura, Daniel, William, and Alex for taking me to football games and making me laugh. Thank you to my boss, Alan. You're my skull brother. I'm sorry. Hold on. Thank you, Katie Fair. We met on my first day, and I'm glad we're BFFs. To Ava and Jack for being good friends. To Julie and Rose, you believed in me in middle school. Lyle, you were the first teacher that took the time to figure out how I learned best. To Hector for teaching me robotics. To Wilfred for supporting me and telling me that technical school was a great choice. To Katya for encouraging me and for your hugs. To Laura for sharing Duchess, and for Kyle for being kind. To Lee, my tutor and friend, I couldn't have done this without you. Are you ready to tutor me through Chattahoochee Tech? Also, thank you, Mary Ann. You helped me so much and told me I could do it. And mostly, I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would have been possible. Hutchison Graham Stowe. First of all, I'd like to thank the teachers and staff at the Cottage School for providing me an excellent education and being there to help me whenever I needed it, academically or in life. I want to thank the teachers for all of the leadership opportunities for my time at TCS, starting with Patrice and Jennifer for having me as the editor and yearbook, and then Brenda, Leslie, and Carter for having me lead ambassador. Thank you, Zeffrino and Tiffany, for having me be a part of student council, and to my friends, especially Bella, Kendall, Jack, Lexi, Davy, Charles, and Gabe, for all of the good times, many laughs, and moments I won't forget. And last but not least, I want to thank my parents for supporting me through my years in school and driving me an hour back and forth each day before I could drive. Thank you for pushing me to do my best, not only just in school, but in life. Claire Isabella Troncalli. First, I must thank the members of my family, my funny and smart dad, my sisters who I share many wonderful memories with, Rachel, the one I can talk to about anything, and Emily, you're the one who's there for me when I need it the most. And lastly, my beautiful, intelligent, and caring mother. Now, the best part of school was my friends. I've made so many great memories, like switching dresses on the cruise, fun conversations during swim and lunch and calculus, and drawing with friends, and many more shenanigans. I will always cherish these memories I've made with you. Finally, to thank all the teachers who have put the effort in to answer my questions and help me succeed. Ryan, Amanda, Lydia, Jess, Helena, Stephen, Danielle, and many others. And most importantly, I'd like to thank Miss Katya for being a wonderful art teacher and mentor. Noah Gregory Velasco. I'd like to first thank my mom for the huge amount of love, whether I viewed it as necessary or not. You always seemed to know how to put a smile on my face, even when my mind was frustrated and tangled. I'd also like to thank some of my online friends, Gustavo and his friends, who appreciated my infectious attitude, whether on Discord or giving my videos some much-needed love. I'd also like to thank Max Russert for being my best friend in school, for understanding my hobbies and helping me stay calm in situations where I took a moment. I'd always like to make sure I do the same for you. And lastly, to my teachers and other friends who never held a single grudge against me and helped me become the best that I could be for myself. Thank you to the Cottage School for possibly being the best part of my life so far. Alexander Cole Varon. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for helping me get up and get ready for school every morning. I appreciate that everyday sacrifice of your time for me. Lydia, thank you for giving me the tools to fuel my creativity. To Ryan and Amanda, thanks for teaching me that complex math and making it in easy and understanding ways. Thank you to Justin and Nathan for giving me the opportunity to pursue computer science, and to Laura for believing in me. Finally, I'd like to thank my friends for helping me move forward and get my work done. Every one of you has taught me something from your own life to help me improve in mine, and I am thankful for that. Charles Patrick Young. First off, I'd like to thank Laura for reading each and every one of these and saving the best for last. I'd also love to thank my parents and grandparents. Thank you to Mom and Jeff for being that light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you to Dad and Jeeves for helping me become the responsible young man I am today. To Grammy for always leading with your warm heart. To Grandpa for every lesson you've given us through the years. Thank you to my siblings, Caroline, Bridger, Grace, Merb, Lauren, and Christian, for putting up with all my nonsense. Enjoy your final years in high school. C's and B's. As for my teachers, I hope you know I would never have asked for a better crowd. My drama staff, Danielle for extending my limits, Ryan for pushing my talents, and Lydia for always giving me a chance to go back and try again. I absolutely love to thank my friends, the brother I never had, Alex Yeager, the role model I hope to live up to, Nick Rice, and the family school this school gave me, Aiden Miss Nooner, Gabe Cronin, Christopher Martini, and Adam Tepper. Thank you to the best friends I could ever ask for, Christian Kimura, Claire Troncalli, and Chloe Jonikins. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. Finally, I'd like to thank my challenges in life for making me a better person and more that I could ever hope to be. Wait. Graduates, please rise.
As head of school, I verify that they've completed all the work required to earn this degree, this diploma. At this time, let me have Bella come forward for turning of the tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class, the graduates of 2024. If you would, please remain in your spaces as the graduates walk, and they're going to head to their area of their board, and then the staff and teachers will follow out. So please remain until everyone promenades out.